Good evening, all. Welcome to today's class. So today is Saturday, so it's the foundation class. So we're going to continue with the topics, okay, from where we left in the yesterday's class. So welcome to today's class. A happy evening for everybody. So let's quickly respond to your messages and get going. So Shravana, Suhani, Sneha, Yash, Janvi, Janvi madam also, both Janvi student as well as Janvi madam. So both good evening. And yes, Mohita, Pranamya, Sujana, Priyanka, Sri Krishna, Samruddhi, Shravan, Chinmayi, Rutvika, Bhumika, Ameya, everyone. Okay, so good evening all. So welcome to the class. So first, let me show you the class structure, so which we wrote yesterday, and then we'll get going with today's class. So I have just changed a little bit. Okay, so what is that? So I'm going to tell you. Okay, yes. So yesterday, so we saw the architecture colleges, the famous School of Planning and Architecture, SPA. So with that, we have covered so many colleges so till now, which all belong to the category of Institute of National Importance. Okay, so over here I should include SPA as well. Okay, so we have seen IITs, we have seen NITs, okay, then IISc, then ISER, then IIST, so as well as NIFT, NID, NICER, SPA. Did we do any other college or only this much? So are we missing out something or we have seen everything? So these are the college. Okay, yes, so very nice. So we have to include AIMS. So we saw the medical college AIMS. See, the reason why I have done these colleges is just because it has the status of institute of national importance. Okay, so there are so many other very good colleges in the country. Okay, but only these colleges have this recognition of institute of national importance. Okay, so I hope you know that it is very prestigious tag given by the government of India. Okay, so that is why I have shown. Apart from this, there's so many good private colleges, everything across the country, but my focus was to show you the best. Okay, the one which has been recognized and credited by the department MHRD, along with that the government of India. Okay, so who have got the tag of Institute of National Importance. There are only few colleges which has got this INI status, and we have covered all those colleges who have this INI status. Okay, so nice. So moving on. So I also want today you to have uh, another recognition for something related to our country. So what is that? So this episode I'm going to end. Okay, so colleges, the famous colleges, the INI colleges of the country, what was there? So I have shown this much. So now we're going to start a new series. We're going to start a new theme. So what is the new theme? So you will identify and you will tell me what this new theme is all about. Okay, so I'm going to just show you this clip, and then we're going to start a new theme today.
अरे मैडम फाइन बाद में भरना पहले चाय पी लो.
What is the new series that I'm going to start? What is the new series that I'm going to start? So most of you have sent me in the chat, but you are not even close to the topic. So what is the topic? So keep guessing. I'm going to tell you the topic. Okay, after I finish the class. Okay, so we're going to start a new series. So we have seen the career options. We have seen the colleges. So it's time for us to move on. Okay, to a new series. So what is the new series? So I'm going to tell you soon. Okay, I'm going to tell you soon. So now, first of all, we will see the positive thought, okay, which we did not write yesterday, okay, because I did not have any positive thoughts sent by you. So today. So two positive thoughts to compensate for what we missed yesterday. So we have two positive thoughts, both of them from Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra students. So very nice. So this is first Janvi's thought. So it doesn't matter how slowly walk until you stop. Okay, so remember progress is more important. So it's okay if you do little things, but keep on doing. Okay, so keep on doing in a very consistent manner so that it becomes an habit. Okay, and once it becomes an habit, and then definitely you're going to come closer towards your goal. Okay, so that is Janvi's thought. So next, so Sujana, so success is not a destination, so it is a journey. So very nice. I also personally believe in this because the journey teaches you a lot of things which will definitely take you towards your destination. Okay, so you got to learn a lot of things on the path that leads to success. Okay, so these are all the thoughts. Okay, so now moving on, so coming back to the topic. Okay, so we were doing counting of figures in geometrical patterns, so we just started yesterday. So we're going to continue that, and we have like so many things pending. So the case study, so I just now showed you, that is the new series that I'm going to start. Okay, I'm just going to mention over here. Okay, so the new series. So what is that? So let me tell you later. Okay, what is that new series that is connected to education purpose? Of course, not movies. Okay, so movies is the least thing that I want to do. So I want to do something that connects the education, okay, towards motivation. Okay, so which will generate interest and which is connected to your real life also. So moving on, we will do today the second type. Okay, so what is the second type? So I'm going to tell you now. Okay, so the first type is a square divided into squares. So like this, when you have this big square, so divided into chotu squares, so then you can use the formula and tell the answer. Okay, so let me just see if you can solve this question. Okay, so a small concept test. So use the formula and solve this question. Okay, you have a big square, okay, which is divided into so many small squares. So I want you to tell me the number of squares. Find the number of squares. So what do you think is the number of squares? So use the formula and you get the answer. Okay, so you can use any formula, whichever is convenient. Both of the formula will give you the same answer. So that is the beauty of mathematics. Okay, so by the way, yes, Soham correct, so Janvi correct, then Suhani, Surjana, Yash, Sneha, so everybody correct. So others, so you got to be a little quick. You want me to show the formula? You see, yesterday itself we wrote the formula. Okay, so the first formula and the second formula. So you can decide whichever formula you want. Okay, and on the screen you can also see what is the value of n. So n is that number, natural number, which will tell you the type of square. So on the figure which we did yesterday, so considering that figure, you can see that it is a 3 into 3 square. So our value of n is 3. So first thing, you should find out how to solve n or how to find out n. So once you know n, so then you can substitute in the formula. So since this is a 3 into 3 square, so n will become 3, and when you substitute, you will get the answer. That was yesterday's question. So in today's question, so first thing, find out n. So if you carefully notice here, okay, you how to find out n are a counter. How many rows you have, how many columns you have. If you count, you will realize that this is 5 into 5 square. Okay, this is 5 into 5 square. So if you have 5 into 5 square, then obviously your n is equal to 5. So you substitute in the formula and you'll get the answer. So just to show you, I'm going to use both the formula. Okay, so formula number 1 says you just have to add the squares till n. So my n is 5, so I'm going to add all the squares till 5. So when I do that, okay, so I will see here the answer. So which is going to be 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25. Okay, so I'm just going to club the terms. Okay, so this 9 and 1 will become 10. So 16, this 16 and 4 will become 20. So I'm just going to write here. So 10 plus 20 plus 25. So this is going to be 55. Okay, so which many of you sent it correctly. So very nice. So this is using formula 1. So let us try or let us check what happens in formula 2. Okay, so the beauty of max is that if you have adopted the correct method, you will definitely get the correct answer. Okay, so that's the best part. That's the best part about using mathematical formula. Okay, so I have the formula like this. So divided by 6. So I just have to substitute the value of n. So that is 5 over here. So 5 into 5 plus 1 into 5 twos are 10. So 10 plus 1 divided by 6. So when I do that, I will see here 5 into 6 into 11 divided by 6, and I can cancel this 6 and 6, and all I have is 5 into 11, which is gonna be 55, and that is exactly what we got in our formula 1, and hence max is beautiful. Okay, so you cannot hate max. So max is something that is just gonna blow your mind. Okay, so amazing. Okay, this is your type 1 question. So very simple, very easy. So if you understood this, you can click on the yes icon if you understood the type 1. Okay, so moving on, if you have doubt, you can just let me know in the chat. Okay, and you can also definitely watch the recorded videos. So moving on, what if I have a different figure? Okay, the one which I'm going to draw over here now. So this is my type 2. So how will you calculate if the figure is like this? So I have a figure, okay, like this. So now how will you calculate the number of squares? Okay, so how will you calculate the number of squares? Because this is not a square, this is a rectangle. Okay, how to find the number of squares present in a rectangle? Okay, so who can count and tell me how many squares are there in this? Okay, so Janvi has given the answer. So next Ganga. Okay, so next Priyanka. Okay, you have to tell me the number of squares present in this. Okay, how many squares are present in this? So count, count, count. Okay, so every time you need not count because the formula will come to your rescue. Okay, use the formula. Okay, when you can use it. So what is the formula? I'm going to tell you the formula for the questions of type 2, how to solve. So let us do it now. Okay, so first I will tell you what is the nature of these type of questions. Okay, what is the idea? What is the technique that you have to follow? You have to adapt. Okay, so first of all, if you have a rectangle like this, okay, if a rectangle of dimension, a rectangle of dimension m into n. Okay, so where m is the rows, n is the column, or vice versa. You can take m for column and n for rows, doesn't matter. Okay, so m into n, okay, m into n dimension is divided into number of squares. Okay, into smaller squares, then the total number of squares is what? The focus is on the squares. counting of the squares. Okay, please understand. We are interested in counting of the squares. Okay, present in the rectangle. The into smaller squares, then the total number of squares is. So we have the formula. So the formula says like this. So m n plus m minus 1 into n minus 1 plus m minus 2 n minus 2, so on. Okay, so till it becomes 0. Okay, till one of the terms become 0. Okay, so let me just do this and show it to you. So on the screen, what type of rectangle is this? So this rectangle is nothing but 4 into 2 rectangle. Okay, so this is a 4 into 2 rectangle. So where this 4 is your number of columns and row is 2. Okay, so you see this is row 1 and this is row 2. I hope you know what is a row and what is a column. Okay, column is the vertical. Okay, row is horizontal. Okay, so this is row 1, row 2. You want, I can mention column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Okay, so you have the rectangle 4 into 2. Even if you do ulta, even if you write 2 into 4, that also will give you the same answer, because maths is beautiful. Okay, you can definitely obtain the same thing. I'm going to show both the ways, so don't worry. So over here, I have to substitute the values. So m is equal to 4, n is equal to 2, and substitute. So how to solve? I'm going to do it over here. So notice carefully. Plus m minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 is 3. Next, n minus 1. Okay, so what is n? N is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. You want me to write one more step additionally? I can write. So this is 4 into 2 plus 4 minus 1 into 2 minus 1 plus 4 minus 2 into 2 minus 2. Okay, so you see what is happening. We have to go on till we have 0. Okay, so the next step, when I see 4 minus 2 is 2, correct, but 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. So next count. 4 2s are 8 plus 3 into 1, 3. Okay, plus 2 into 0, 0. So 8 plus 3 plus 0 is nothing but 11, and you have 11 squares. Okay, so you have 11 squares in this figure. Okay, so this is how you're going to do it. If you understood this, you can click on the yes icon, or if you did not understand, I'll take one more example to solve. Okay, if you understood this, okay, you just find out what type of rectangle it is. Okay, what type of rectangle it is. So look at the rectangle, put the formula, okay, and you will get the answer. So we'll take one more example, okay, so that you can understand. So let us take a simple, easy example. So this is example number 2. Example. So over here, I'm just going to take something very simple, easy. Okay, so now, can you tell me what type of rectangle is this? So what type of rectangle is this? So who can tell me the type of rectangle? Okay, very nice. So good. Okay, so Amaya, Samruddhi, Janvi, everybody. Okay, so this is a rectangle of dimension 5 into 2. Okay, so 5 into 2 is the type of what you call the rectangle this is. Okay, so I'm going to mention it over here. So this is my 5 into 2 rectangle. Nice. So next, what should we do? Apply the formula. Okay, so once you apply the formula, you will get it. So those who have understood this, okay, you can quickly apply the formula, okay, and tell the answer. Some of you are telling me the answer, and those who have not understood, no problem. So look at the formula. Okay, the formula is mn plus m into m minus 1 into n minus 1 plus go on till it becomes 0. Okay, so till it becomes 0. So when I substitute here, so my m is 5, my n is 2. So once I substitute here, you will see 5 into 2 plus this is 5 minus 1, this is 2 minus 1. Okay, plus I have to go on. So 5 minus 2 to 2 minus 2. 10 plus 5 minus 1 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is 3. This is 0. So once you do this, you will realize what should be your answer. So that is nothing but 14. So you have the answer as 14 squares. So this is how you do the second type. Okay, so type 2, where you got to count the number of squares in the rectangle. Okay, the number of squares in the rectangle. So if you understood this, you can click on the yes icon at least now. Okay, where first step, identify the rectangle. What type of rectangle is this? Identify. And next you put the formula. Okay, so you see this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. So that is why I wrote 5, because there are 5 columns. Okay, so next, this is row 1, this is row 2. So that is why 2 rows, 5 into 2. Okay, so similarly, any type of rectangle you have, you can follow the same technique. And solve. Okay, this is gonna work for every rectangle where you have to count the number of squares. Okay, the number of squares. So last one example we'll do. Okay, this is directly from the worksheet. So let us see if you have understood the concept. Okay, so the worksheet, question number 1. Okay, question number 1. So there you go. Let us see if you can solve the first question out here. Okay, so how many squares are there in the figure? Question number 1. Okay, question number 1. So I'm going to launch the poll. And let us see how many of you will get this question correct. So two things are very important. First, use the formula. Second, use common sense. Okay, so formula and the common sense together will help you. Okay, so look at the figure. The figure may look crazy, but the formula will help you. Okay, so very nice. Some of you are sending me in the chat. So fantastic. You please select the correct answer from the poll also. I have launched the poll. You can see A, B, C, D. Okay, I've launched the poll. Okay, so you can look at the poll options now on the screen. So now you can select options A, B, C, D, okay, from the poll. And let us see how many of you will get this question. So look at the figure, look at the options. Your answer should be there in the options. If your answer is not there in the option, that means you did not do it correctly. Okay, so select the correct option. Or you want me to help? I can definitely help. So this belongs to your type 2. So which I'm going to write over here. I'm just going to solve right here itself. So this is your type 2. So what do you have in your type 2? So in the type 2, so what you have, is the rectangle in which you have to count the number of squares. So what type of rectangle is this? This is 3 into 2 rectangle. Okay, so this is your 3 into 2 rectangle. And now I think you should be able to solve this. Okay, so once you have 3 into 2 rectangle, you put the formula and keep on solving. M minus 2, n minus 2, so on. Okay, so this is 3 into 2 plus 3 minus 1 to 2 minus 1. Next 3 minus 2. This is 2 minus 2. Okay, so remember, so I said formula plus common sense. Okay, so very important. 3 2s are 6 plus this is 2 into 1 plus 1 into 0. So this is 6 plus 2 plus 0. So you get the answer as 8. Okay, this is your formula, but common sense is still pending. So if you look at the figure carefully, you can see that this is also a square. Okay, consider rhombus as a special type of square. Okay, consider the rhombus as special type of square. So 8 squares in the figure plus that crazy rhombus or the crazy square in the across the figure. Okay, so 8 plus this particular square, so will give you 9 squares. Okay, and there you go. Where do you have the option which is showing 9 squares? That is absolutely correct, which is option D. So some of you got it correct. Okay, I'm happy for them. But others, so please make sure that you please follow the technique and also look at the figure very carefully. Okay, so very nice. Around 70% of you got this correct. Okay, 70% of you got this correct, and some of you got it wrong. But it's okay. Understand the question, learn from the mistakes, and remember where you went wrong. You cannot make the same mistake. Okay, so this was question number 1. So if you understood this question, you can click on the yes icon. Okay, if you understood this question. Okay, so believe me, by the end of this topic, you will get lot of patience, or you will develop lot of patience, because this topic will teach you, apart from the skills, also something called patience. Because most of the time you should have a cool mind, calm mind, and count properly. 1 2 3 4 everything. Okay, so that is it. So very good. Question number 1, so we have done. So next, moving on. Okay, moving on. So the next part, okay, so coming back to our type 2. Okay, so it doesn't end here. So we'll be writing type 3. So what is the type 3? So let me introduce you to type 3. Okay, the type 3 is going to be little crazy. So before I start type 3, so on your screen now, so I will show you today's add activity. So let us see if you can identify what should be the add. So this is a social message related add. So something from which you can learn, useful moral. I hope some of you have seen this. Okay, so amazing ad. I don't know why. So nowadays I've just fallen in love with all this, Thailand or this Southeast Asian type of ad. Okay, so like a very good message they give in their ad. Okay, so whatever the product is, I'm not sure, but the message is very clear. You never know in what way people might help you. Okay, so that is why all you can do is just help in very simple way, or in every way possible. because whatever good things you do, the good things will come back to you multiplied. Okay, so you will always and always get good things back. Okay, so please keep that in mind and never hesitate to help people, however small it is. For you, it may be a small help, but for them, it will be a very big help. Okay, so I hope you get the message. So this is what I just wanted to tell you. Okay, so the good things will always save you in your emergency or difficult situation. So please be kind and help people. So this is today's ad activity message. So be kind. So help as much as possible. So whichever you can do, okay, in your hand. Okay, that doesn't mean that you yourself put lot of burden on yourself and help somebody else. Okay, ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಓವರ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಡ. Okay, as much as possible from your side, you help. Genuinely you should help, not for show off, because nowadays I have seen people, they help, but they take photo, they put it in Instagram, they put it in Facebook, and they will tell that I have donated so and so money to the anath ashram, to the orphanage. Okay, so that publicity show off and all, please don't do. You want to help, genuinely help. You should help in such a way that people say na, दाहे हाथ का help बाहे हाथ को भी पता नहीं चलना चाहिए. Okay, like that. So do not do as a show off or a publicity. So genuinely from your heart you help. Okay, that kind of help will definitely come back to you when you are in trouble. Okay, so very good. So that is a fantastic ad, at least from my perspective. Okay, so that was today's ad activity. Okay, so now, so moving on, so we'll just finish this type 3. Okay, and come back and do the speed math and the other stuff as much as possible. Okay, so the next thing, so what we have is type 3. Okay, so let me write it type 3. So in the type 3, so this is what you are supposed to do. So here again you have a rectangle. Okay, again you have a rectangle. If a rectangle of m into n, okay, again, so if you have a rectangle of m into n, then the number of total rectangles. So here they are asking you to find out the rectangles. Okay, then the number of total rectangles, there's a condition, including squares. Okay, there's a condition. So total number of rectangles including squares is given by the, I will explain with an example so that you understand. So there's a rectangle given. You have to find out the total number of small rectangles. Okay, the number of total, okay, or the total number of smaller rectangles. Oh, I will just rephrase the statement. Then the total number of smaller rectangles including squares is given by the formula. Same, you have m into n, but chota sa change, m plus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4. Okay, so this is different from the previous type 2. Over here you have to count the total number of rectangles. The condition is including the squares. Okay, the condition is including the squares. Okay, because a square is a special type of rectangle in which all sides are equal. Okay, so what is the condition for a rectangle? Okay, I think you have learned in your 8th standard itself. Okay, so in the topic called understanding the quadrilaterals. Okay, so where you have learned that the rectangle, the opposite sides are equal and you have 90 degree. okay, and you have the angle to be 90 degree. Okay, so in the square you have the condition that all the sides are equal, okay, and the angle is 90 degree. Okay, so you can definitely consider the square as a special rectangle. Square is a special rectangle with all sides equal. Okay, square is a special rectangle with all sides equal, because you see, even in the squares, opposite sides are equal. Okay, that is exactly what rectangle requires. Opposite sides equal, angle 90 degree. So square is definitely a special rectangle. Okay, a special rectangle. So in this condition, in the question also, don't worry, they will put the condition as find the total number of rectangles including the squares. Okay, including the squares only they will ask. Okay, we will take one example, and with the help of the example we will try to solve this question so that you understand it better. So what is the example? So I'm just going to take one example over here. So suppose I have a figure like this. Okay, so like a random figure I took. So what is the type of rectangle you can see over here? So what type of rectangle is this? So who can tell me the type of rectangle? You can type and send in the chat. Okay, very nice, correct. You can call this as 3 into 4. Okay, you can call this as 3 into 4, or you can also call this as 4 into 3. Okay, so no problem. So this is your C1, C2, C3. So row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So this is definitely your 3 into 4 rectangle, or you can also call it as 4 into 3 rectangle. You can also call this as 4 into 3 rectangle. Okay, so now in this question, so when they ask you to find the total number, okay, the total number of smaller rectangles, okay, the total number of smaller rectangles including, okay, including the squares, including the squares. That is the condition. Okay, you need to include the squares also, because if you look at the diagram, you can see there are some squares also. Rectangle is also there, square is also there. The total number of smaller rectangles including the squares. How to find out? Just to put the formula, okay, and you will get the answer. So the formula says mn, okay, into, everything is into m plus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4. But over here in the question, so our m is 3 and n is 4, which I'm going to mention it over here. So m is 3, n is 4. You substitute the values and everything else is just a simple cakewalk. Okay, so you will get the correct answer. Okay, then m plus 1 is 3 plus 1, n plus 1 is 4 plus 1, so divided by 4. Okay, so very simple, so very easy. So next, what you are supposed to do, 4 3s are 12 into 4 into 5, so divided by 4, and there you go, 4 and 4 cancel. So all you get is the answer, that is 60. Okay, the total number of rectangles including the squares, okay, including the squares is 60. Okay, the total number of rectangles including the squares is 60. So if you understood this question, okay, you can click on the yes icon. So many of you sent me in the chat the answer. Okay, it's very nice. It's good to see that you have calculated and got the correct answer. Okay, so if you did not understand any of the step, you can just let me know in the chat, or you want to watch the recorded video after the class, you can definitely do it. Okay, definitely do it. Okay, so here you please understand type 3 different formula. Okay, so please do not get confused. last formula, type 2, that is for type 2 over. Okay, that is done. End of the chapter. This is a new type, new formula. That's all. Okay, so please do not intermix the formula and confuse yourself. Okay, so this is a new type. You can see I have written the heading type 3. So when we are doing type 3, then use type 3 formula. Type 2 formula is for type 2. Okay, so please understand the difference. So in the type 3 formula, use type 3 formula, that is mn into m plus 1 into n plus 1 divided by 4. That's all. And you will get the answer like this. Okay, so we have solved this for the example where the rectangle is 3 into 4. Okay, so 3 into 4. So we have solved over here. So the next, we will see if you can solve one more example. Okay, if you can solve one more example. Okay, so this is belonging to type 3. Okay, so type 3. So another example. So let me check if you can find the answer to this rectangle out here. Okay, so find the number of rectangles including the squares. Okay, including the squares. So this is your type 3. I am telling now itself. Before you get confused, I'm telling now. Find the number of rectangles. Number of rectangles including squares, which I put in the bracket. Okay, so let me see if you can get it. So first, understand the type of the rectangle. Okay, what is the dimension of the rectangle? Who can tell me the dimension of rectangle? What type of rectangle is this? Okay, very nice. So good. So many of you now know the type of rectangle. So what is this rectangle? This is row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, so column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you call this as the rectangle of 8 into 3. 8 into 3 rectangle. Okay, so that is m into n rectangle. M is 8, n is 3. You put the formula, you get the answer. Okay, so what is our formula? So let us write the formula. So you have the formula m into n. So next, all you have to do, just make sure you do not make mistakes in the simplification. Okay, so do not make mistake in the simplification. So you substitute here. This is 8 into 3, then 8 plus 1 into 3 plus 1 divided by 4. Okay, so if you solve, then you will get the correct answer. 8 3s are 24 into 9 into 4 divided by 4. Okay, so if you substitute correctly, and next cancel this 4 and 4. Okay, cancel this 4 and 4. So what you have is 24 into 9. I know 24 tens are 240. Okay, 24 tens are 240. 240 minus 24. So you will get the answer 24 into 9 as 216. Okay, so 216, okay, should be your answer. Or you have doubt, so always please just check. If you have doubt, you can definitely do it over here. No problem. You can definitely verify your answer. 9 4s are 36. Okay, so 9 2s are 18 plus 3, that is 21. So you get the answer as 216, which is what we have written. Okay, so how many rectangles? 216 rectangles, including the squares. Okay, including the squares. So very nice. Okay, so this was our type 3. So we have another couple of types left. So once we finish all those types, then we can dive into the worksheet and start solving the worksheet. Okay, so this is type 3. So we just have another type 4 as well as type 5. We have to next go for triangles as well as the circles. Okay, and then we will start solving from the worksheet. Okay, so very nice. So this was our today's class. Okay, so once I complete all the topic of math, okay, so then only I'm going to start SAT maybe next month. Okay, so I'm in no hurry. I want to first make sure that whatever topic I teach, okay, I just want to give it 100%. Okay, so SAT, by that time we would have completed some more topics in physics. Okay, so hence we can start the SAT with physics when the time comes. Okay, so do not worry about SAT. Anyway, you will be learning SAT in your school also, the basics. So make sure that SAT basics are correct, because once I start SAT, I'm just going to dive into the advanced questions. If you do not know the basics, then that means you have to recap your school syllabus. I cannot do it again from the beginning. Okay, so once I start SAT, it will be only the advanced SAT, that is connecting 9th standard to 11th standard. Okay, so 9th standard topics is going to come back to you in 11th standard. Okay, I'm going to act as a bridge course between 9th and 11th. That will be my SAT. Okay, so that will be my SAT of science. Okay, so please prepare yourself for that. We will do that next month. Okay, so first I want to complete the topics of mental ability test. Okay, cool. So that was your today's class. Okay, so I have a few more things to do. So let us just quickly head towards our German. Okay, so today's German. So very simple, easy. So what is today's German? So you have to identify. I'm going to give you a clue. Okay, I am going to give you a clue. So what is the clue? So listen to the audio. Okay, listen to the audio. So this is the clue. Okay, so this is the clue for the audio. I hope you can identify. Guessed it correct. Okay, so we'll just quickly wind off the class. Okay, with seasons. So I'm just going to put tick mark over here. So what all things we completed. Okay, we did not do this. Okay, so we left with the speed math and the Mahabharat. Maybe we can just complete it in the next week. Okay, so today's German is based on seasons. Okay, so let's just quickly write. So according to German, okay, so for them, these are the 4 standard seasons. Okay, so these are 4 standard seasons. So that is your spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Okay, so they will not consider, okay, so they will not consider the rainy season. Okay, they will not consider the rainy season. Okay, so they will consider these 4 seasons as the main seasons for them. So I'll just quickly write it out. So today's German is seasons. Okay, so what is the word for seasons? So let us start with that. Okay, so when you write seasons, so in German, okay, the spelling is different, the pronunciation is different. Okay, so please understand. So the two things are separate. So when you write the spelling like this. Okay, but J is pronounced as Y. Okay, and R is silent. Okay, your R is silent, J is pronounced as Y. So J is pronounced as Y. So overall, this entire, how do you pronounce this? Ya is item. Okay, ya is item. So you're going to break it out like this. Ya is item. So where R is silent, so you take these two and you take this. Okay, so ya is item. So this is your seasons. Okay, this is your seasons. Ya is item. So let's get started with the 4 seasons, starting with the beautiful season, spring. Okay, so spring. So spring in German, so you write spring like this. That U, the special dot, you call that as umlaut. That is a special vowel. Okay, the special vowel. So which you have. So again, the R is silent. So what you will pronounce it as fooling. Okay, fooling. R is silent. R is silent. R is silent. Okay, so only in the special verbs we're gonna consider R. Apart from that, R is silent most of the time. So the spring, you call it as fooling. Okay, that is your spring. So next, you have your summer. Okay, so you have your summer. Okay, so almost same, almost same. So you write summer like this, where yes, where yes is pronounced as Z. Okay, and again your R is silent. Okay, so you pronounce this. You see the spelling is different, the pronunciation is different. Okay, yes is pronounced as Z. So summer, you're gonna call it as Zommer. Okay, Zommer, Z, Zommer. Okay, so afterwards, next, so quickly moving on. So autumn, so you have autumn like this. Again, do not forget R. R is silent. Okay, R is silent. So you just pronounce it as Ebst. Okay, Hebst. Ebst. R is silent. R is silent. And last, you have winter. Okay, you have winter. Okay, so winter, you will write the same spelling. R is silent. And then you're gonna have V. Okay, V. So winter. Okay, so winter. R is silent. Okay, so rainy season is not considered, but if you want to just call it as a rainy day, okay, Regnerish Tag. Regnerish Tag is rainy day. Tag is for day. Okay, Regnerish Tag is rainy day. Okay, rainy day, Regnerish Tag. Okay, so there you go. These are the 4 seasons. Okay, yeah is item, yeah is item, seasons. Yeah is item, seasons. So spring is fooling, spring is fooling, summer is Sommer, summer is Sommer, autumn is Herbst, autumn is Herbst, winter is winter. Okay, winter is winter. Okay, so four yeah is items, four yeah is item. Sorry, there's no yes. So four yeah is item, 4 seasons. Okay, fooling, Sommer, Herbst, winter. Okay, these are the 4 seasons. Okay, so these are the 4 seasons. So as I said, so they don't consider rainy season in their standard seasons. So for rainy, you can call it as Regnerish. Okay, so Regnerish Tag, that is a rainy day. Regnerish Tag, rainy day. Okay, so this is your today's German. So real quick. So now based on this, okay, I'm running out of time. I have like one more class, after this starting up soon. So on your screen, you see the game pin. So you just have 30 seconds. Type www.kahoot.it. Do not wait for me. Join the website, kahoot.it website, and wait for the game pin. As soon as I show the game pin, so enter the game pin and join the quiz real quick. You just have 30 seconds. And there you go. The quiz is ready on your screen. So you have the quiz game pin. So rainy day, Regnerish Tag. Okay, I'm pronouncing Regnerish Tag for rainy day. Okay, so standard seasons, they just have 4: Frühling, Sommer, Herbst, Winter. That's all. Only 4 according to German. Okay, so German language is Deutsch. Okay, by the way, German is Deutsch language. Okay, Germany is Deutschland. So this is the game pin. So you have 30 seconds. So join as soon as possible. So Sneha has joined first, then Yash, then Sujana, and everybody else. Okay, what is the topic? The seasons that you just now learned. Yeah is item. Okay, seasons, या is item. The 4 seasons: Frühling, Sommer, Herbst, Winter. 4 seasons. So rainy day, Ragnar is Tag. Rainy day, Ragnar is Tag. Okay, so last 10 seconds. So please join fast. I have another class after this. I'm running late. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Question number 1 on your screen. Okay, so very nice. Okay, that is a very simple question. So who was quickest to answer? So Janvi was quickest to answer. So next question. You got to type the answer. Okay, so dash is autumn in Deutsch. Okay, that is according to German language. What is the translation for autumn? You have to write the spelling. Okay, the correct spelling. And there you go, time up. Okay, time up. Let us see how many of you got this correct. Okay, so remember, even though R is silent, but you have to write the spelling. While pronunciation it is different, the spelling is different. So please understand. Okay, so German is a different language. What you write is not what you pronounce. Okay, you write different, you pronounce different. Okay, so you should know both the things. So now Yash is leading the scoreboard. So last question. So think about this and select the correct answer. So very simple question. Okay, so very nice. So absolutely correct. So most of you got it correct. So with that, we're going to end today's quiz. And there you go. So our third position, so we have Ganga. Okay, then second position, so we have Arnab. And the winner of today's quiz is none other than Yash. Okay, so congratulations. Okay, fourth position, Janvi. Fifth position, Sujana. So thank you so much. So that's been my time. Okay, so see you again next week. Okay, so please revise, check out the notes. Everything you want is there in the notes. Okay, and see you again next week. Bye bye.